Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, standing at the sink in front of a massive pile of dirty dishes. Dishes that formerly held hot, steamy piles of delicious vengeance, but that now hold only the last bitter crumbs that our team did not manage to cram down some unlucky alien's pie hole on our last mission. Now, they say revenge is a dish best served cold, but given the volume of hot lead and plasma our troopers used to turn a harvester's crew into a Giza-esque pyramid of corpses, I really have to disagree with that sentiment. And I also have to admit that scoring some payback for what the alien harvesters did to Matt Lauer and Lady Gaga felt pretty damn good. I mean, all the way down to my naughty bits good. It was that nice. Yeah. And in addition to that admittedly disturbingly arousing admission, we also picked up a new trooper and scored enough Illyrium to get Dr. Valen and the 100 submissive chew toys she keeps employed down in the lab off their asses and back to work. So, without any further dithering to give you an opportunity to actually consider what I said about my naughty bits and being aroused by XCOM, I think what we'll do is just head on down to the lab as a distraction and put old Dr. V to work here.
I appreciate your efforts to support the research team, Commander.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, I sent you 2 new scientists, so you're up to 102 new chew toys here. Now, I gotta ask, Dr. V, have you broken the 2 newbies in yet? Did you show them the turbo penetrator? I mean, I'm assuming you did, because when somebody comes to work in the lab with Dr. Valen, she shows them the turbo penetrator. It's sort of like getting beat in by the gang. They gotta jump you in before you're a full-fledged researcher. It's just the way it works. Speaking of research, let's start a new project. Electromagnetic pulse weapons takes 100 Illyrium. Really don't want to spend 100 Illyrium on that, especially since I'm not even going to build the EMP, and I don't know as it leads to any other research. I am going to build stealth systems, however, because a couple of the stealth armors aren't terrible, and I believe it unlocks some foundry projects that we might be interested in as well, so... There you go, Dr. Valen. Something to do for the next 4 days other than watch your own homemade porn and, well, you know, do some light BDSM stuff with your 102 employees. But hey, what you get up into in your free time, that's totally your control. Consenting adults and whatnot, do whatever makes you feel good as long as nobody else is getting hurt, or at least as long as they don't mind. Other item on our checklist, we do have a new soldier, so let's go take a look at said new soldier and see what we can do with him. Got Elizabeth Tectonic Visser here, but not for long. What have we got? Blonde hair. Sort of no cheekbones to speak of. Seriously, her face is sort of plain smooth there. It's like the platonic ideal of what a face should be. Rather largish eyes. Kind of a prominent nose. One that looks like it's had some serious cosmetic work done to it. You know what? Actually, as I look at her, sort of reminded a little bit of Tori Spelling. I mean, you know, kind of a platonic ideal of Tori Spelling, really. A much more attractive version than the actual thing. But that being said, I think that's a pretty effective name. So, Tori Spelling. And if I spelled that last name wrong, yeah, that was terrible. Anyway, if it's wrong, I don't care, because it's Tori Spelling. She can eat a dick. And since personally I think Tori Spelling looks a lot like Admiral Akbar, I'm just going to go ahead and nickname her as Tori Admiral Akbar Spelling. That way, at the beginning of every mission that includes Tori, someone can shout, "It's a trap!" And there will be laughter and hijinks amongst the crew. It'll be great for morale. And I can assure you that the whole "it's a trap" thing is not going to get irritating ever. That's a meme whose time will never come. I mean, it's funny for all eternity. It's not already gratingly awful. What about abilities? Wow. So, Tori Spelling, we were hoping could be a gunner, because we kind of could use another gunner, actually. A lot of ours are injured, or maximum rank, which sort of limits what we're willing to deploy them on. That being said, Tori Spelling has a 62 aim, so she's going to be a real shitty gunner. The only problem with that is her other option is a Rocketeer, and, well, actually there are 2 problems with that. 1, I fucking hate Rocketeers. I think they're trash. 2, with a 62 aim, the only thing Tori's going to be able to hit with a rocket is the ground at her own feet. Or possibly a friendly trooper standing a few feet away. She might be able to hit them in the back. So we're not going to go with either of those options, and we're going to random old Tori. Tori's a medic. Okay, well, medics abound lately, but that's okay. We could honestly sort of use another medic, I guess. It's, I mean, not the worst addition to our team of all time. What abilities should we give Tori? Should we just go with our standard medic route? I'm thinking, yeah, we're just going to go standard medic for Tori. And that's precisely what we'll do. Alright, so there we go. Tori Admiral Akbar Spelling is now ready to medic and save some lives. Congratulations, Tori. Too bad you couldn't save that doomed television show of yours, or save your marriage. That's speaking of things that are going down in flames, that's not going to end well, Tori. You should probably just bail out on that shit right now. I mean, you can tell just by looking at that Dean dude. One, his name is Dean, so you know he's a douche. The only Dean on the planet who's not a douche is Dean Cain. It's just strictly a fact. But, I mean, just look at the guy. The douche actually comes out of his pores. He's just a smarmy piece of shit.
Contact detected.
But I digress. Alright, so we've got somebody coming in to scout us in Egypt. Well, that's not going to do. So let's send a flounder. I gotta say, the little flatfish has been pretty solid for us on basically every encounter we've sent him up. I don't think he's ever failed to get a kill. Recent addition is flounder, and I gotta say, his thin profile of being a flatfish has really helped him out. And worst case scenario, if he does get killed, we can just cook him in a nice lemon sauce with a little butter and feed him to Shia LaBeouf. So it's always win-win when you send Flounder into action. Either he gets the kill, or supper is sorted. What do we got? 11 crew, huh? Sectoids and outsiders. This is going to be an interesting crew composition? So there's only 2 outsiders and 9 sectoids? I have to suspect that the hyperwave relay is just fucking wrong or flat out lying. I think we've got some V for Vendetta style shit going here, where the aliens actually gave us this device because they had pre-hacked it so they could feed us misinformation, just like V did to Fate. I really feel that's sort of what's going on. I mean, it's really the only explanation that makes sense, especially considering the fact that it's been wrong on pretty much everything we've seen on it. Well, I guess we can confirm. I mean, this is our opportunity to find out whether the aliens have pre-fucked us or not. Anyway, let's put together a crew. We need a leader of some variety. Would like to take Lindsay Lohan, because she's not a leader, but we are going to be deploying Lindsay pretty much every time she comes up. We've got to get a psychic trooper ranked up, and Lindsay and, shockingly, Tara Reid are among our 2 highest, so we got to keep an eye on that. But no Lindsay this mission, because we're not going to wound her to do it. That's just foolish. Make items available here, and we'll just have Uncle Mel, not really that useful for any indoor or dangerous situations. Gibson lead us into combat. I gotta say, your Braveheart nickname, Mel, is potentially fading a bit. What's our encounter zone look like here? 1 or more small structures in a remote location. Is this gonna be the barn again? Why does every small UFO we encounter happen on one of 2 maps? It's either the barn. Well, actually, it's 3 maps. I think the last, 9 we've done have all 3 been on the same map. And I know there's at least 1 other small UFO or crash map. Anyway, let's get Uncle Mel sorted. I'm just going to assume this is the barn, and we'll set Uncle Mel up with Banshee armor, since it's a barn, because it's always the barn when it's the small location. And even if it's not the barn and it's the sort of bombed-out city, well, the Banshee thing will work well there as... It'll work well in that scenario, too, so let's just set it up. Banshee armor, Gauss long rifle, scope, laser sight, high-capacity mags, Uncle Mel sorted. What else do we need? A gunner. Now, let's get an infantry guy first. Who is going to be our infantry? Either Tay Diggs. Please tell me we have someone besides Taylor Diggs. He's so slow, Tay Diggs. Now, I mean, it's understandable when you're carrying around as much grooves as Tay Diggs. It's going to slow you down a little, but... Well, Sean Connery, God, Connery's got to be close to 70, or rather close to 80. He's in his 70s, I know, but pretty sad, Tay Diggs, when a 70-year-old man is out pacing you. Anyway, let's get Sean kitted out. Oh, I might be 70, but I'll still give your mother a tumble. Yeah, you and the mama jokes, Sean. You really get a new shtick, buddy. It's getting kind of old. I mean, seriously, I'm the one making the jokes, and I'm making myself annoyed. So, scope, laser sight, high capacity mags. Sean Connery sorted. Let's set about getting a gunner then. We're just going to take whoever our best available gunner is, which is Taylor Lautner. Yeah, I just said that sentence. Our best available gunner is Taylor Lautner. I know, and we're thinking the same thing. It's a fucking ridiculous thing to say, but that's just the way it is. We're going to give him Aegis armor, Gauss machine gun, scope, alloy bipod, probably armor-piercing ammo. Although for outsiders and sectoids, armor-piercing ammo kind of seems like overkill, but hey, why the hell not? So that's got Taylor situated. We need a scout and we need an assault trooper. What can we do on a scout here? Outsiders and sectoids. None of those guys are going to have weapons we want to capture, actually. I'm still going to take an arc thrower because, I don't know, why not? So let's just take Kanye West. Kanye, are you close to Master Sergeant yet? Not remotely, actually. Also, you have a will score commonly reserved for lemmings and halfling rangers. It's a little Belcar Bitterleaf reference there. If you're not familiar with Belcar, I suggest Googling that shit because it's well worth your time. Anyway, pink can't take me home commemorative alloy cannon is going to be gripped in Kanye's cold dead fingers. We'll give him a battle scanner because why the fuck not? Chemical grenade seems reasonable, and let's give him an arc thrower and the outside chance we feel like capturing a sectoid for no good reason. Need an assault trooper. Okay, well, the two good ones are spoken for. I guess that just leaves us Dr. Worm. That being said, Dr. Worm actually is a little bit faster than Sir Sidney. He's got one higher foot speed. And also, you know what? I give Dr. Worm a lot of grief, but he's actually been a pretty solid performer for us. I mean, he's got a low aim. That's really the only bad thing I can say about him. Other than that, he's pretty thoroughly mediocre. He is freshly back, of course, from his vacation in Istanbul/Constantinople. He was there to try and figure out why the Turks changed it, but didn't come up with a good answer, so he just came home. Arc thrower again for Dr. Worm because, I don't know, detaining a sectoid at this point seems funny, and also it'll make Dr. Valen happy, so why not? A medic. Well, hey, you know what? This would be a fine mission for Tori Spelling to cut her teeth. The old Admiral Akbar here, we'll get her suited up and ready to roll. We're going to give Admiral Akbar with her 68 aim. Atrocious. We'll give her the Slim Shady Memorial Slugslinger and a chance to embarrass herself. We're going to give her a pistol. AP grenades? No. You know what? Let's give Admiral Akbar a scope, actually, because her aim is fucking abysmal. And I don't anticipate, with sectoids and outsiders being what we're told we're up against, I don't really expect to need more than 3 medkits. Seems unlikely. That leaves us 2 units left, one of which is going to be an engineer, of course. Got to make it that things go boom. And Kristen Stewart will be fine in that respect. The first time anyone has ever said Kristen Stewart will be adequate for anything. Plasma carbine to help with Kristen's foot speed. And you know what? With sectoids and outsiders, both of those things can be flashbanged, so keeping the flashbangs may not be the worst idea of all time. And let's get a mech trooper. I'm guessing probably, well, Ashley Olsen, Bono. Oh, you know what? Raleigh Beckett is that Raleigh? No. Yes, Raleigh. Okay. Let's take old Raleigh Beckett then. Chuck Hunnam can, I'd say, do some good work for us, but he won't. Now, I'm going to change this up a little bit. Normally, I take a proximity line launcher, a grenade launcher, and a flamethrower. I'm going to have to build another proximity mine launcher. For some reason, every time anyone in this Mech 3 suit, and I'm sure this is a bug with Build 13, which I'm still playing, but every time somebody in a Mech 3 suit hits a unit with a flamethrower, it bugs the mission. It just crashes it. And I have no idea what's causing that problem, no idea how to fix it. Really, the only thing I can do is just not use a flamethrower, so I'm probably going to build another proximity mine launcher, which wouldn't necessarily be terrible for Chuck anyway, because his do fantastic damage and go really far. And combine well with engineers for like 25 to 30 damage for basically anything near the explosion radius. And given my proclivity to deploy engineers, it's just a good tactic, so I'm going to try and make a note to remember to build one of those after the end of the mission, which we're going to go ahead and launch. So that's our crew, and if this is truly some outsiders and sectoids, I really feel like this should sort of be a slam dunk at this point. I mean, come on, we have plasma weapons, troopers that aren't all rookies. I mean, 2 outsiders and sectoids is the kind of shit you fought with mostly like lance corporals and specialists and no weapon upgrades.
We're dropping you just inside the Egyptian border. We've locked in the coordinates.
Yeah, a lot of big red
barns
barns out in Egypt. You know how that goes. Those Egyptians and their classic Wisconsin Midwestern architecture. It's sort of become a fad in Egypt, apparently, to try and mimic the cheese capital of the world. Seems like an odd thing, but, you know, hey. Could be up to worse hobbies. They could be into, like, postmodern art or something. That would be worse. Plus, you know, you got the opportunity for some Frank Lloyd Wright kind of things. He was from, like, the North Midwest, Minneapolis, Wisconsin area. House on the Rock's pretty cool. All right, let's get to work here. Uncle Mel, you know the drill, buddy. Throw the hook.
Throwing the hook.
Yeah, well, thank you, Mel. I like that Mel gives immediate feedback. You tell him to do a thing, and then he just says, "Hey, I'm doing a thing." Be like, "Hey, Mel, throw the hook," and he'll be like, "Throwing the hook." See, watch, throw the hook, Mel.
Up, and away.
Up, and away. See, Uncle Mel, immediate confirmation. He's all about the direct feedback. Excellent communicator, Mel Gibson.
On my way.
Of course, the problem with the fact that Mel is an excellent communicator is that normally he's communicating his hatred for any kind of racial minority or ethnic minority, which tends to be something of a problem.
Got it covered.
Perhaps we'd all be better off if Uncle Mel was a little less effective at communicating, specifically his hatred, but...
Yes, sir.
Well, them's the breaks, folks.
Heading to that
When you're Mel Gibson, you get what you get.
Overwatch. Aye, aye.
You can pick your family, but you can't pick your Mel Gibson.
We'll go.
I think we all would have picked a different Mel Gibson, really.
Roger that. Scanning.
Yeah, let's have Kristen Stewart dash.
On our way.
Now, this is probably going to wind up ending in tragedy, but given the fact that the mission did tell me, hey, you're going to be fighting outsiders and sectoids, I'm going to show a fairly high disregard for the enemy potential offense and sort of just run screaming straight into the jaws of death manner of approach to this particular mission. Okay, so clearly the hyperwave relay fucking lied to us, because that sound is not...
Affirmative.
Yeah, that's not a mechtoid, it's not a sectoid, and it's certain as hell not an outsider. Outsiders don't make noise at all. But let's have Kanye run up behind this tractor, and we're gonna have Kanye throw a battle scanner then, because that sounded suspiciously like the sectopod, and I don't recall sectopod being on the menu. Alright then, well, I don't see a sectopod. I mean, we definitively heard a sectopod. It's out there. Just, it's going to be a matter of finding where it's at.
Come get some.
But let's get Moose in a good firing position then. Got a feeling we're going to need Moose in a good firing position. We're going to have him hunker down. Admiral Akbar,
On the move.
why don't you just advance? We'll probably have you move up and throw another battle scanner next turn. Sean, you're going to dash.
10-4.
Kristen, I really feel probably dashing is in your best interest as well. We're gonna have those two kind of set up on either side of this window and just have them whip grenades at the enemy. Mel, why don't you just go and Overwatch, buddy? Chuck, come forward and just kind of hold down the forward force if you would. A little bit of Overwatch certainly would.
Watch.
Yeah, that's definitely not an outsider.
You hear that?
It could be a mechtoid, I suppose, but I don't think that's a mechtoid actually. Could be a mechtoid.
Moving out.
Mechtoids and sectoids do tend to sort of run in the same circles. Why don't you put a battle scanner through the hole of that ship so we can see what the hell is in there?
Let's have a peek.
Yes, let's do in fact. It's a trap! Oh, not a trap. Alright then, so we've got eyes on the enemy at least. Taylor Moose Lautner might be able to pop that pod with, yeah, he can in fact. So let's just go ahead and double take this shot. We'll go ahead and activate him. And that guy may be dead. You can take that second shot, Taylor. Hey, there you go.
Got him.
Yeah, well, no, it took you long enough, but you did in fact get him, so I can't really fault your effectiveness. Uncle Mel's going to double tap this chump. Not exactly your finest hour in damage department, Uncle Mel, but that's okay. Maybe this shot will be a little better. Nope, exactly the same. So, yeah, nicely done. Really don't like the fact that that's a 31% chance to hit, just a little bit lower than we would like.
Moving.
See if K-Stu can maybe get a shot. Nope.
Come get some.
Gonna be on Overwatch. What did Sean Connery do this turn? Nothing so far. This will be half cover. Let's see if Sean and Connery can get a shot. He cannot. Well, let's put him on Overwatch now.
Scanning.
So that leaves us Raleigh Beckett, who needs to get 7 damage.
Heading to that
We're
location.
gonna have Raleigh take 2 steps forward, and then possibly 2 steps back, but since this is not a Paula Abdul video, and also fuck Paula Abdul forever, we're just gonna go ahead and lob a grenade at this bastard and take a kill. Or, you know, get close to a kill and then sort of fail to deliver. We're all about promising and then not delivering, folks. That's kind of our MO. So I guess a flush shot then. This could also generate a kill. There you go. Kanye West is all about making enemy die tired. That's just his bit.
Heading to that location.
If Kanye had a shtick, it would be making his enemies die tired. That's his shtick. Alright, so let's see what we got here. So there's a sectopod over in that general direction, and we were told sectoids on this map somewhere, I believe. Yes, no? So there are 2 oh no, okay, I was gonna say. No, we got sectopod noise twice, actually. We completely did get it twice. Well, that's not at all good. Let's have Uncle Mel slide over and take a peek. Uncle Mel sees nothing.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna have him reload rather than move again. Let's begin sort of cautiously moving this way. Very concerned about what we may find.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
We're gonna be.
Okay.
Well, I'm concerned, so we're just gonna take our time, take it slow.
Reloaded.
Dr. Worm. You know, Dr. Worm could probably get away with a
Moving
dash here.
designated coordinates. Visual on the goods.
Yeah, that's some terrible pathing, Dr. Worm. Could you not ever repeat that? Never ever do that again, actually. Ever.
Time to motor.
Okay, Stu. I want you to check out that hay bale over there. Probably reminds Kristen Stewart a lot like the way she lost her virginity on a pile of hay. And that's not because she lived on a farm or anything, it's just that's the way Kristen Stewart thought her first time should go. She thought it'd be like romantic and visceral if she did it in a hayloft. Turns out it's just itchy and kind of awful and didn't really go well and sort of put Kristen Stewart off sex for the next half a decade. Or at least that's what Robert Pattinson told me. But honestly, gotta say, he told me that in strictest confidence, and I'm sort of betraying it, but I am a treacherous cocksucker, so, you know, I've got that going for me. And that was not a sectopod, it was in fact a mechtoid. And also, I'd like to point out, so, yeah, the hyperwave relay, a fucking total liar. It's a lying piece of shit. Where's Kanye West? Anywhere where he might be able to draw Overwatch? I'm gonna assume no, because it's Kanye. Yeah, that seems about right, actually. So let's see if Kanye can maybe draw the Overwatch just through luck. Hey, good enough. Kanye was just fast enough to get almost close enough to the enemy to see them and shoot at them wildly with an ineffective shot, but in fact, he was only close enough to just see the enemy. He's not actually going to be able to shoot as well, but on the plus side, Overwatch is taken care of.
I'm on it.
So we're going to send old Charlie forward. And as much as I'd like to run up and lay waste to everyone with a goddamn flamethrower, because I love flamethrowers and laying waste to shit with flamethrowers is not only a fantastic tactic, it's also real fucking fun. I'm not gonna get to do that for previously mentioned reasons.
I'm on it, Commander.
What I am gonna get to do though is blow the holy living screaming fuck out of this mechtoid with a double combo heat warhead, proximity mine, and heat warhead grenade. So there you go. 23 combination damage, and we also managed to kill... Was that one of those sectoids too? The question that comes to my mind here is, how does Mel Gibson not have a shot? Really seems like Uncle Mel should have a shot at something there. 236% chances for Taylor Lautner. This is a long ball, but if one of them hits, it's going to get a kill.
Missed the target.
No dice, but that's actually not really that big of a problem. Dr. Worm can just go kill this chump. I'm pretty sure we're going to have Dr. Worm run and gun and just go kill that chump, because that'll be fun. Dr. Worm's all about the close quarters because his aim is not fantastic and any other situation might result in a miss. So Dr. Worm prefers the put the gun in the enemy's mouth before pulling the trigger stratagem, and I gotta say, it's been fantastically effective for him. And there's our mechtoid destroyed. Good day to you, sir. So far, how many aliens have we killed? We killed both outsiders. 1, 2, Got 3, so we got a total of 5. This will be 6. There's another pod of 5 somethings somewhere.
Wilco.
I gotta assume that Uncle Mel can get the kill here. I mean, seriously, Mel Gibson, if you miss this one and you get shot, you fucking deserve to die. Alright then. What else can we do? I guess we'll bring Admiral Akbar up, just put her on Overwatch, sort of as a precautionary measure, not that we expect Admiral Akbar to be able to hit a single thing. Sean Connery is going to reload. Let's see if we can get an audio clue, or perhaps Tori will scream, "It's a trap!" And we can go check out what it is that may or may not be a trap.
Heading to that location.
I gotta say, there's some meld canisters around, and I have made exactly 0 effort to collect them.
Moving out.
I'm not even sure why, to be honest. I just sort of forgot. It's been a long time since we've actually been worried about our meld totals. It's been Illyrium that's been limiting us recently, so I haven't been overly concerned about it.
Eyes open.
With eyes like yours, Tori, I gotta assume it's pretty easy to get them open. I mean, you gotta have a pretty easy time seeing any kind of targeting or foes or
Location confirmed.
anything at all. You got some huge peepers on you. I mean, big, giant, bugling, pop-eyed, I mean, oddly kind of disturbing visual field working. It's pretty creepy.
Weapons free.
Yeah, figured that would happen, actually. That's okay. It wasn't unexpected, and therefore it's can easily be dealt with. Just trying to figure out what I want to do with Uncle Mel. Let's move Uncle Mel straight to the top here. Ah, good. Got a feeling Uncle Mel's, we leave him there, probably going to get shot. Nope, because none of them can see him. He's all on squad side. So let's kill one of these guys and prevent them from mind-linking and giving that Mechtoid some armor. Would be useful. Uncle Mel can pick off the next 2 next turn if we need him to. And let's bring old Chuck up here.
Headed there now.
If he can't see anything, he shouldn't be able to. Oh, he can. Well, you know what? Let's have Charlie just go for some kills then. We'll just have him drop a nice long-range grenade on our little sectoid friends. And there we go. No need to worry about them anymore. Let's put Kanye on Overwatch. Dr. Worm's just going to seek a little bit of cover.
Commander.
Probably put Dr. Worm on Overwatch as well. Not a terrible shot, actually, from Dr. Worm. We're going to have him take it. Yeah, Mechtoid is real easy to hit, so free 9 damage from the Worminator. And Taylor Lautner also is around. Really the best that can be said for Taylor Lautner. Let's put... I can't help but think that's going to draw Overwatch, Taylor. So let's just put you here?
Orders confirmed.
You know what, Taylor? You've done your thing this mission. I'm comfortable with you not contributing anything to this whole Mechtoid situation. I don't really feel we're probably going to need it anyway. Dr. Worm putting a thunderous blast into that gentleman's facial region. It's gotta hurt. Gonna shoot at Dr. Worm? Gonna shoot at Kristen Stewart. Oh! Charlie Hunnam. Took him a while to make up his mind, but he finally did come to a decision, and damn it, he stuck to it. You know, Admiral Akbar could theoretically get a kill here. Let's see if we can soften him up. K-Stu, why don't you hit him with that? There you go. Nicely done. And that may prove to be just enough to let Tori Spelling get her first kill, and that first kill would be a Mechtoid. Nope. Tori found a way to fuck it up. Oh, nicely done. Tori. Guess this one still goes to John Dr. Worm Flansburgh. He started this party. He's going to finish it. And of course, Dr. Worm is going to finish this party in the most unusual fashion, which is putting a little bit of the Breakfast Club soundtrack on the record player at the end of the evening, because, by God, that'll clear a room. Yes, sir. Alright, well, 11 kills, no operatives lost. Tori Spelling kind of broke her cherry. We got her broken in. Although, honestly, let's face it, both of those things happened a damn long time ago. Brian Austin Green's assertions and her father's assertions in the writing that Tori remained a virgin for a very, very long time. Yeah, we all know that ain't the way it went down. She didn't make Brian Austin Green wait until after high school. Then again, Brian Austin Green was the only person on that show who was actually even close to the age he was portraying, so
Exemplary performance.
Tori probably
Let's
wasn't
hope
too
all of
terribly
these
attracted to
operations
Brian
go
Austin
smoothly
Green
as
since he
this
was like
one did.
14 years younger than she was. And Kristen Stewart got her much anticipated promotion, which is fantastic for K-Stu. It's probably going to be Packmaster. Absolutely going to be Packmaster. More grenades for Kristen Stewart. Hooray! Alright, Operation Burning Stroke. Oh, that could be either a terrible thing to have happen to you in sort of a circulatory event, or alternatively, the way you got an unfortunate STI. I mean, you know, gonorrhea interaction could definitely be qualified as a burning stroke, I think. Yeah? Anyway. That's the way my brain works, folks. It's either a medical disaster or something to do with boning. That's the two places my brain goes to. 9 Illyrium. Yeah, it gets us back some of what we gave Dr. Valen to do research we're not overly enthused with. Still managed to collect 7 meld somehow. I guess we had unopened canisters. 22 alloys, 6 sectoid corpses, blah, 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 blah. Some damaged garbage, which I will actually go get rid of. And it seemed like there was something I wanted to try and remember to do, and I actually mentioned it at the beginning of the episode. Hey, I should try and not forget to do this, and then I've totally forgotten what that was. Not really sure it matters. I mean, if it was important, it seems like I might have remembered it. Or maybe I had a burning stroke during the course of the episode and half of my brain no longer functions and I have no more short-term memory. Could also be the fact. Anyway, before I forget to end the episode, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode. I'm burning stroke. Whether or not I'll go maybe look in the mirror here after the episode's over to make sure one side of my face isn't slack. But if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.